Hi everybody, Russ from My Hammers 11. Hope you're all safe and well. If you're new to if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and hit the bell icon so you're made aware of any time we do these live streams, as well as obviously the other great content we have coming out. As always, we'd like to thank our channel sponsors, Untuck It. Check them out in the description below for all your t-shirt, shirt needs, polo tops, jumpers. They do the lot, and obviously, particularly the shirts, they all want to be untucked. And with over 40 different size combinations, there's always something for you. So check them out. Obviously, Black Friday deals and things like that. As always, throughout lockdown, we're doing these silly little half an hour, 40-minute live streams over lunch times because, again, and we say it every time, it's really, really important to make sure that you're taking a lunch break. It's really, really tricky otherwise, because you're easy enough. You're locked down, so to speak, at home, and work can get on top of you, and it's not going to help your mental well-being or anything. So, I'd like to think that people can go out for a little walk. Walk around the block. Whack this on and have a giggle and listen to me talk rubbish for half an hour. As the people who've already been on here know, these things will just go whatever way we take them, wherever way we take them. I think let's start off though, because Andy makes a good point about the game on Saturday night. Saturday Night Fever. Yeah, well, 3 points. 3 points, wasn't it? And I think at the end of the day, I think our expectations have been quite high over the last few games because we've been playing very well against big teams. Now we're playing teams who are doing the West Ham on us. Do you know what I mean? So they're letting us play. So we had loads of possession, loads of attack, particularly the first 20 minutes. Some awesome volleys, from Bowen and whatnot. But they're going to be soaking up the pressure. And to be fair, I thought Fulham played really well. And if it wasn't for Lookman doing thinking he was like prime Messi, they would have got a point at least. And to be honest, I think we stole the 3 points, but it's three, we've got them. And how often was it the other way around? I remember, how often where we play poor and lose. We don't usually play poor and win, so we're not in recent years. So it's nice to see that change. So I was really happy the fact that we came over with 3 points. I think for the next couple of games after the international break, obviously we had Fulham, we've got Sheffield United. That's going to be a very similar affair, I think, but I don't think they offer so much from an attacking perspective. Do you know what I mean? They'll grind these games out. They haven't got. I mean, Fulham look quick. They had some quick players. He looked good apart from that penalty, I must say. And the number 14 was good as well. The guy with the dreads, I can't remember his name. But yeah, no, they looked really good, and I think they're not. I don't think they're going to stay up because I just think defensively they look really frail. But I just think they attacking. They offered something, and I like Mitrovic. He's a proper one of those annoying players. But when he's playing on your team, you like him. I just think he's really, really solid, and I love the fact that he always kicks off with someone. He's always like and again, he's like one of those knife edge players, a bit like Thomas Repka. And, you just don't know, he could go one way, get sent off, or he could go another way. And he's absolutely brilliant. But I thought he did all right. And yeah, as I said, it'll be the same with Sheffield United, I'm pretty sure. And Villa's going to be a different kettle of fish than it was maybe if we thought it was going to be at the beginning of the season. Obviously, they were fantastic against Arsenal. And I think that's going to be almost like a game where, we're playing like West Ham have been playing the last few games. Let Villa come to us and try hit him on the attack, on the counter attack. And obviously, Antonio should be back for that. I think they reckon he may even be back for the Sheffield United game. So, at the international break, although we are like, oh my God, not an international break during lockdown and stuff, I think it's going to help us out in terms of West Ham. So, we'll see what happens. And as Big Gaz says, Mitrovic is the striker we could do with. I think we really could do with him. I think he's just his attitude, isn't it? He's just a complete nutter. So I don't think you could rely on him to not be sent off for some time during that season. But he's a big lad. He holds it up. He puts himself about, and I think we like players who put themselves about. So who knows, man? But I thought 3 points, they're needed, weren't they? So, if we didn't get 3 points, if we got the draw, I think it'd be a bit of a disaster because obviously we've been playing so well for them previously. But And I think it was when we had Sam on the Steve Potts night show, he mentioned the fact that we didn't win in 3 games. You know, we had 2 draws and a defeat, despite the fact we were playing Tottenham, Man City, and Liverpool. So it was nice to get those 3 points back in the bag. So, and by all accounts, looking at all the Instagrams on Dex and Fabianski's and Masuaku's and Bowens, they were really, really happy by getting 3 points. So that was good. And they found Diop's ring. For those of you who watch Match of the Day too, classic thing about Diop's ring flew off because he didn't take it off, and they had to get up. And Dougie and Hugo were best on the floor trying to find it. Check it out, Match of the Day too. It's when they do their sort of good and bad things, so funny. But that's it. So we got 2 weeks off now, from West Ham. To be perfectly honest, I switch off. I do switch off. I'm not a massive fan of watching England, I'll be honest. I am a bit more now. I can tell you, obviously, I pay a bit of attention to it with Deck, with Deck being in there, but it's mainly from a Dean Ashton type perspective. Make sure he doesn't get injured. That's all I'm really bothered about. I've never really been an England person, to be honest. So a couple of weeks off. So here we go. For those of you, I just want to say thank you to those of you who have been responding recently. We've obviously put a few different types of videos out. Obviously, yesterday we had the baking one. I hope you guys have been baking your scones or scones, depends where you come from. Loads of really nice responses. Just thought it'd be a bit fun, a bit different. We'll have pizzas coming out this weekend, probably maybe Friday or Saturday, so you're ready for the weekend. So I might do it Friday, so you can get all the ingredients for Saturday and make your pizzas. But that'll be good. And so why line the pocket of Domino's when you can do it for a fraction of the price? And also it wastes a few hours as well, which is sort of what we need, to be honest. At the moment, we can't go out, you can't go shopping around Lakeside or anything. Although I did put my Christmas decorations up, which I am very, very happy about, which was very, very good. And it's the only one in the street, as always. But we're doing it for charity this year, so doing it for Iron Supported Food Bank. So thanks to Mural Walls, they're getting me a massive acrylic QR code printed up, which I'm going to put in the display, so to speak, the outdoor lights. So people walking past, they if they want to donate, they can get on the QR code and donate a couple of quid to the Iron Supporting Food Banks. They made the 10k target yesterday, which was amazing. So I think we're probably about 30k now we've raised. So let's keep that going, peeps. Appreciate everyone obviously donating their $14.95 PPV money across. So as always, we now open up to some random questions, and this is the whole point of it, random questions. So Andy's already come in. If you've got a question, let me know. And also if you've got any suggestions of what we can call this bloody thing, because otherwise I'm just going to stumble on my words for the next 4 weeks until I can find out a decent name for it. Right, so Andy's a question, be good to get everyone's responses. What job did you want to be when you was younger? I wanted to be a teacher, work in a bank or a teacher, but turned to an IT engineer. But I'm not being funny, Andy, nowadays, in this sort of working from home world, you guys are the new rock and roll stars, because you're the ones that have to sort out all the servers and people's Zoom calls and things like that. So you're needed more than ever. So you'll always be in a job. Do you know what I mean? And for me, I actually, and hence the setup, I always wanted to be a radio DJ. Always. I wanted to be an actor. But I always wanted to be a radio DJ. And I actually I did it at university and stuff like that. But no, I used to want to be a radio DJ. So unfortunately, no, didn't happen. But I'm sort of reliving it now. But Andy wanted to be a teacher. Sorry, my wife just texted me a minute. On a call. Call back in a bit. So she's probably just what's my dinner thing. So I always wanted to be a radio DJ. And so I'm sort of reliving it here. That's why I've got the setup here and the glass and the headphones and stuff like that. So that's what I always wanted to be. But it'd be good to see what other people wanted to be and what they actually became. Obviously, I wanted to be a radio DJ, but unfortunately, I wasn't, and I instead had to be something very, very else, which was working in market research all my life. Unfortunately, but it is what it is, unfortunately, but there's nothing we can do about it, innit? We have to pay the bills, and who knows? Maybe one day radio just might pop in and and sort of hit me up, which would be nice. So if any radios want me to be on their show, just let me know. What did everyone else want to be? It'd be good to know what's going on, because it's interesting what people wanted to be and what they end up becoming. Please obviously make comments in the comment below. But Big Gaz. Oh dear, mechanic, DJ, or footballer. That's quite a wide sort of group, and he became a logistics account manager. Well, there you go, Gaz. But clearly, keep going that DJ skills, and it's a bit of a mix there. You've got a DJ, a footballer, and a car mechanic, and so. It's like Andy wanted to be a teacher and he became an IT engineer. And so, that is what it is. But there's nothing we can do about it, isn't it? Life takes over, doesn't it? Life takes over. DJ. I used to do the old when I was at university and stuff. And I still do it for like friends and family for Christmas, for parties and when we had weddings and things like that. Save them a few £100. But yeah, it was a bit sad, but life gets in the way, doesn't it? Unfortunately. But yes, okay, right. Let's open up to a question. Okay, we will have as you said, we've done. But obviously the presidential election is still sort of going in the US. Obviously, we've got Brexit. We've got all these other stuff coming on. We've obviously got the whole thing about the pandemic. News today about the potential vaccine, 90% cure vaccine, which is apparently in the works and very, it should be out soon by the end of the year, they reckon. But we like to do the really hard-hitting questions. So the question I want to ask everyone today is, what's your favourite flavour of crisps? There we go. We've had what's your favourite roast dinner? What's your favourite sandwich? What's your favourite crisps? What are we saying today, guys? For me, I'm quite traditional, I'll be honest. I'm a salt and vinegar man. Salt and vinegar doesn't have to be necessarily, and that can be in any format. It can be in Walker's, it could be McCoy's, I could go Squares, I could go Pringles, but I will not go chipsticks. I don't like those chipstick ones. It's the texture of them. I tell you, I used to love I think they're called Spirals or something like that. I used to get them in the newsagents. I always used to get them at the newsagents by the Community Links building, by the statue on the way to West Ham, just across the road from the bookstore, Newham bookstore. I used to get them there, and it used to be my little snack. Oh, it was very good. DJ Leon has gone in with roast chicken all day. Fair enough. God dear. Oh dear. It's getting controversial now. Big Kaz has gone with prawn cocktail. Do you know what? I don't mind a skip, but that's where it ends. I couldn't think about anything else. Andy goes in with same as Russ Pig. Yes. Liking your style, Andy. And you've brought yourself back in because we had that whole debate, that mass debate later on, earlier on I think it was the Thursday about roast lamb, and I wasn't a big fan, but you've reeled it back in. Fair play. Lee's gone in with yes, discos. And it's like discos. It's all that type of. It's got to be a hard crisp. I don't like one where you put it in like chipsticks. I really don't like chipsticks. I mean, Marks and again, is showing my shopping habits. Marks and Spencers do a lovely sort of big bag of them. I used to get them. We used to get them before you go to the stadium in Stratford, and it had like a skip type, not skip, the squares type thing, a circle ones, and like sort of a big bag. And we should share them around the box when we were all together. So big fan of salt and vinegar, and I think salt and vinegar is probably the best. I just do. I can't stand cheese and onion. Cannot stand cheese and onion at all. It's just something about it. Just does me in. And it's like even ready salted. I mean, as I said, I'll go for it, but then it's different. With a Pringle, I'll have a ready salted Pringle. No props. There we go. So, what is your favourite brand of crisp? It looks like we've got a couple for salt and vinegar, couple for we've got Leon just going totally other way with roast chicken. We've got prawn cocktail. And so we're getting a sort of quite a big group. For me, as I said, and although I say that, I don't mind a hula hoop across everything apart from about cheese and onion. So I'll have a roast beef hula hoop, or I'll have a salt and vinegar hula hoop, or a even like a ready sorted one, who knows? But it's as I said, I like Andy's idea about Monster Munch. Monster Munch is different. Now here's a good. Oh, and it's all going a bit healthy for my liking now. Leon's talked about short and shake. Nah. What's the effort? Why the extra effort? You know what I mean? You're gonna have a salt. You're not gonna have a plain crisp without salt. So why bother? Why bother? It just seems a lot of extra work just to have that extra plain crisp. I don't know why. Crispy sandwich. Do you know what? I've never been a crispy sandwich person, but the other day, I don't know why, I had there was a bag of Watsits, and I had a bit of Hovis bread, and I had a salmon. I poured some in there, and I was like, "Why am I doing this?" And it was actually quite nice. It was actually quite nice. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, I mean, it's nice to have a crisp salmon. I know a lot of people do it. I don't do it very often, but maybe I should look at doing it. We're in a new world now. Why not try something a bit different? Leon's gone in with Monster Munch beef. Wow, I'm more of a pickled onion like Andy than beef, but each their own. Leon, each their own, man. Yeah, and so I say, okay, I get it. Sorry, I get Andy's response. Because Andy's response to Leon, salt and shake. Yeah, I just don't. It just seems like over engineering it, doesn't it? I know it's been around for a long time, salt and shake, but why would you have like a plain crisp without no seasoning on it at all? Potatoes are really boring boring vegetable without any seasoning, so it's important to have it. But yes, it's it is what it is. As I said, it's only going to be a short one today, like 15, 20 minutes. It's only because obviously there's lots of, it's Monday morning as well, so everything's very, very busy. But yeah, it'd be good to get an idea. If anyone's got any ideas with how, as Leon says, I do think we need to get all real, but we have got real jobs, Leon. That's why we're sitting here, because we're usually working from home. So it's nice to just for 15, 20 minutes, just like clear your head, have a bit of a giggle, then get back to those spreadsheets or get back to those sort of server issues that Andy says it. Buy the big bang and eat a lot. Oh, grab bags. What are we thinking, people? I think nowadays, because crisps seem to get less and less. I think a grab bag is basically your average crisp. Surely now, I like a grab bag of Walker's Squares. Oh, so many of Walker's Squares would be lovely. I might have to go and get some, pop down the carp in a bit. But anyway, just a quick one today, guys. As I said, 15, 20 minutes. I've got to hop off because it's I've got to go and finish my lunch break. My sandwich is ready. And so I just wanted to just come on and say, hope everyone has a great Monday. Stay tuned. We've got lots of great stuff coming on. We've got John Hartson Appreciation Night on Thursday. And we've got more of these. We'll be doing these, as I said, probably not tomorrow, maybe definitely Wednesday, maybe Friday, maybe do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Who knows? I might throw it in on a Thursday. I might throw it in on a Tuesday, unexpectedly. So make sure you hit that bell icon so you know when I come on, when I'm talking rubbish. And if anyone has any suggestions, as I said, for questions, Andy's got a good one for tomorrow about chocolate bars, which we'll keep for tomorrow because I think that's going to be quite contentious. And Merry Lockdown, Russ, Merry Lockdown indeed, Leon. If everyone's got a good name for it, this lockdown live sessions or whatever, let me know, because otherwise I'm going to stumble around it for 4 weeks until I come up with it. Lee would like to see Danny Dyer on my Hammers 11. So would I, Lee. So would I. It's all very tricky. I've got people trying to get people to do it, but then in different bubbles, and at the moment it's all very complicated. But yeah, I'd love Danny. There's a hit list I have of people. There's obviously Danny, there's James Corden, there's Russell Brand, there's people like John Cleese and people like that. There's people I'd love to and aspire to. Ray Winston came in a bit earlier than I thought he was going to be honest, but doesn't matter. We still take it when we can. Leon, steak. I'll do one of my videos on my steaks. I do it very differently than probably a lot of people would do it on here. Very, very. Takes longer. Takes about an hour to do for like a rare, medium rare steak, but fantastica. And I'll probably do that maybe this weekend, and I'll record it and then put up. It's a bit of an arse to do, but the results are phenomenal. And we can go through that. Okie dokie, guys. Well, thank you very much. 20 minutes. I said 20 minutes, and I'm just about to be 20 minutes. Anyway, hope you are all well. Hope little break from like 20 minutes away from the spreadsheets and from the servers, Andy, and everything else. So hope everybody's well. Stay safe, and come on, you irons. See you soon. Bye bye, everyone. Bye bye.